What's up, guys? Hope everyone is good. Very quickly, this is just an intro to introduce my conversation with Alex Wann at the Defected offices here in London. We spoke about his upcoming track, Peperuke, featuring Nes Mburu, that is due to come out this Friday, February 23rd, on the brand new label Wann People on Defected. Hope you guys enjoyed this conversation and reaction with one and only Alex Wann. Let's go. Man, I'm so excited for this interview. This is the first time I think I'm doing something like this outside of my house. So shout out to Defected for hosting this interview, and shout out to you for attending. Today we have Alex Wann, one of the best producers at the moment. Thanks for coming. How are you, bro?
I'm good, and you, bro? Thank you for having me. Thank you, Defected, and yeah, excited to do this. It's my first time also, so pumped.
I think this is the third time that we meet.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we met in Amsterdam at ADE, right?
ADE, yeah, exactly.
ADE. We met at the Francis show a couple of months ago.
26 Click Street.
And then today, man, I think throughout this time you've dropped so many hits. Alele remix, My Love remix, Haze EP, right? You had
Exactly, on Black Book Records with in the label of Chris Lake. My Love's still unreleased, but it should come like maybe in June, something like that. It takes time to clear and like make the things like right, I think. And yeah, the next one is like Peperuke. But I'm really excited to release it because I was playing this track in all my sets for a long time, and it's a bit different than what I'm doing like usually. And yeah, so can't wait to drop it.
What's your secret? I think Milkshake was such a powerful track. I love how that track is arranged, the high pitch kind of RP. The tension, how you've kind of chopped up the vocal. Halele remix has some of those elements as well. My Love as well. Peperuke is so different. Why is that? What inspired Peperuke? Can you give us a bit of a...
So honestly, I was like a club DJ before all of that, and so I played like a lot of tracks, and I honestly, like when I feel it, like I just like produce, like I love vocals, I love emotion. I love when it's powerful too. I love like to express like I love like drums, I love melody, and I just want to like find something which in this. And every time I go to the studio, I just follow my heart, like doing something like if I'm really happy, if I feel really something strong, like I'm just like, okay, this track I've gotta release it.
You live in the moment.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. And for Peperuke, like I'm really a big fan of Amapiano since long time. Like there's so many grooves, like this sound is like so special, So I came into Afro house, so I love Afro house too. Like it's like magic, like all the drums.
So you kind of like music as a whole, right? I'm a piano, Afro house, obviously house music. So you have all these different, things that affect how you produce music, right?
Exactly. And what I love about Afro house is like all the drums, which is smooth, but there's a rhythm, there's some emotions, the vocals, which just sounds really different than the other like tracks, I can say, and yeah, big fan of Afro house, and I just like put some chords at the beginning, like some really emotional chords, and I say like, okay, let's put some like conga, some all this percussion from Africa, which is like so unique,
Right.
Like it sounds really like different than, I don't know, classic drums or anything else, so like a wallon or something. And so I'm started to dig in the net, and I found this guy Nes Mburu, which is from Kenya.
It's good.
His voice is honestly amazing. I was like, whoa, like let's make something together, like. So we sent the track. I sent like maybe like 32 bar at the beginning, and I said, okay, let's try to think something like catchy, like at the beginning. And yeah, he sent me the vocal. I was like, wow, that sounds amazing. Okay.
And it was Peperuke when he sent you the vocal.
I think the first one, like, it was not Peperuke, like, it was like about like 1 or 2 notes on the vocal.
Okay.
Which I said like, bro, you should like try, okay, the E note on the end of the 16 bar. But when he sent back, it was like the chord Peperuke, like, that was like 100%, let's go, let's do it, let's finish the track. And yeah, that's how it's born. And love this track. I was playing there, and it's like different vibe that I'm doing. And I love to experience like things different sometimes, Like sometimes, like when I listen like to like things in the industry, I love like Afro house, but something like every people are trying like to do the same thing, and like I want to bring something like new, something fresh.
I think a lot of people are copying you, you know, not to say any names, but I think a lot of people are taking inspiration from what you've done with Milkshake. How do you feel about the kind of trend that you've set and other producers following suit to what you're doing?
Honestly, like I'm happy with that, because like if my sound can inspire other artists, I'm happy. Like, you know, like I just want like to share my vision through my music. Like I was like searching a lot for my style, like to think to something new, you know. So if it can inspire like other DJs, like I'm happy with that, honestly. And yeah, it's cool. But every time I'm trying to challenge myself to say, okay, I bring something new now, but I have to bring something else now, you know, to make like music go forward, you know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, to make things move, you know. That's what's interesting in music. I think like there's so much possibility, and so yes, yeah.
So Alex, at the moment, what artists are inspiring you and you're taking inspiration from in your productions and music?
There's few guys, like one from Brazil called Maz. I love his sound, like it sounds really fresh, like melodic. His percussion is like different. I love his work, honestly, with his friend Andot. They are doing a lot of like collabs together. It sounds like amazing. And there are these guys called Tripolis. I love their sound, like it's so like different. Like the first time I heard like their release, I was like, okay, this is different. I can't like put it in the case, you know, like in a genre. Like I say, okay, is it tech house? Is it like deep house? You know, it's yeah, a mix of everything, and the way they treat their vocal is like really different. I think they make things move. They make something new, and
that's what it's about. Yeah,
I love this, and yeah, and of course like this guy is called Boom Zappa. I love him because like, you know,
who doesn't like Bun? Bun's crazy.
I think everybody knows him now, but you know, I'm fan of drums, and this guy's drums like so different, you know. They're putting drums like really like.
I remember in Amsterdam when I met you.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, Bun Sharp is one of my favorite, and then Bun Sharp was there, and I was like, oh, you guys should connect. Yeah, Bun Sharp is definitely.
He was playing back to back with who? I don't remember. He was.
Corinne de Sol.
Yeah, Corinne de Sol, exactly. Yeah. I was like, wow, I was in the front row like a kid, you know, like I was like, wow, Boom Zappa is playing, first time I seeing him.
You guys should collaborate, you definitely should.
Yeah, we should do something together for sure.
Let's set it up.
Yeah, of course. We were talking drums, only drums.
And last question, bro. I was listening to your set earlier.
Yeah.
You had some IDs in there, some unreleased tracks.
Yeah.
Can you give us a preview of what's coming up this year, 2024, from Alex Wann?
So the next release is Peperuke, coming on the new label of Defected called Wann People. Like it's coming on the 23rd of February. So excited to release this one. Like playing this track since a long time, and yeah, we talked about it. I'm so happy for that. And the next one is coming on April. It's a remix for Adriatic of the track Beyond Us, coming on Cycle Records. It should come about like late April, something like that. And just after is gonna be the release of My Love with Wood 94 for the summer.
Love My Love. Bro, thank you so much.
Thanks for your time, bro. I appreciate it.
Always. All right, guys, we're here. We've got the one and only Alex Wann. He's gonna smash his track Peperuke right now. Alex, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Peperuke, 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 come and make it, Peperuke.
When it comes to Alex Wann, guys, one thing that we cannot debate, one thing that we cannot question is the quality of the production. The crispness of the production is always top notch. That is Alex Wann. That is why he is where he is right now. That is why he is one of the hottest commodities in the house space, in the Afro house, Afro tech, melodic house space. He's doing his thing. This is why everything is curated. Everything is sonically refined. There's a level of refinement here, and of course, when you have a vocalist like Nes Mburu, everything becomes easier. So yeah, I'm giving this a solid 8.2 out of 10. 8.2. Peperuke, the first release on the Wann People, brand new label by Defected, covering Afro House sounds, inclusive Afro House sounds on Wann People. This is what you can expect. High quality productions, high replay value productions, and the best producers on the planet. Shout out to everyone involved. Shout out to the Defected team for inviting me over. Shout out to Alex Wann for taking the time. Alex Wann and his team for taking the time to do this. I enjoyed myself, man. I enjoyed myself. Hopefully more interviews like these to come on my channel. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed that conversation, that reaction, and everything to do with Peperuke. Peace.
Come and make it, Peperuke, Peperuke, Peperuke.